Is Lance Stroll the death blow for Aston Martin? Chinese Grand Prix disaster. Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about Lance Stroll, the young Canadian driver who seems to be causing a storm in the F1 world. You know, there's a lot of chatter about Lance lately, and it's not just about his racing skills. It's about his future in the sport and whether his father's ownership of the team is the only reason he's still on the grid. Just take a look at what happened in Shanghai. Lance's performance has been, well, less than stellar. He got into a bizarre incident with Daniel Ricciardo during a safety car period, and let's just say it didn't go down well. Lance blamed Ricciardo for brake testing him, which, considering they were in the middle of the pack, sounds pretty far-fetched, right? He ended up with a 10-second penalty and finished dead last. Ouch. Now Aston Martin is adamant about keeping Lance on board, citing his technical knowledge as crucial. But here's the thing. Out of the 40 points Aston Martin has scored this season, Lance has contributed a measly 9, while his teammate Alonso has racked up 31. That's not exactly what you'd call balanced teamwork. And let's talk about professionalism. Ricciardo was furious, and rightly so. He said Lance wasn't even paying attention to what was happening in front of him when he plowed into the back of his car. I mean, come on. In the middle of a race, you've got to keep your eyes on the road, right? Even Max Verstappen couldn't help but laugh when he saw the incident. It's becoming a bit of a joke in the paddock. But the real question is, should Aston Martin continue with Lance as their second driver? With Honda joining the scene in 2026, they need a strong lineup to compete with the big boys. Now, Honda's relationship with their drivers is unique. Remember how they turned around Kvyat's fortunes? They're not afraid to make changes if they're not seeing results. And if Lance keeps this up, well, let's just say Honda won't be too pleased. So should Lance stay or should he go? It's a tough question, but one thing's for sure. If he wants to keep his seat, he needs to step up his game. Otherwise, he might find himself out of luck and out of a drive sooner than he thinks. What do you think? Should Lance be shown the door, or does he deserve another chance to prove himself?